There's a scientifically proven approach to weight loss that allows you to burn body fat even when you sleep. It's possible to train your metabolism to burn your own body fat for fuel, so you can effortlessly lose weight without having to eat less or work harder at the gym. Doesn't that sound nice? Effortlessly losing weight, preventing diabetes, repairing your leaky gut so you don't have digestive issues, and overcoming fatigue and anxiety? This is because the very foods that cause you to gain weight and feel tired also feed the pathogenic or bad bacteria in your gut, causing leaky gut or inflammation of the inside lining of your digestive tract. So if you don't address the underlying root cause, which is inflammation coming from your digestive tract, the problem only amplifies. The smart way to lose weight deals with the upstream root cause. This is for you if you're struggling to lose that 50 pounds. You want your energy back. You hate working out at the gym. You're ready to do whatever it takes to avoid taking insulin. You want your tummy to feel good again. Keep listening, because this is for you if you're ready to take action and start making lifestyle changes. You're motivated and coachable and you love working with others in a group, and you've tried it on your own and you're ready to seek expert advice to get the results you deserve. My promise to you is that you're going to discover the number one way to burn belly fat while you sleep. You'll also discover my predictable 4-step process for working smarter, not harder, to lose weight. Lastly, you'll discover 3 weight loss myths that stop most people from ever losing a pound. Before I get into my exact process for how to do this, I want you to walk away knowing the 3 weight loss myths that keep most people from ever losing a pound. You see, most of the people I work with eat really healthy. They're doing everything right and just a few things wrong. It's kind of like pulling back your bow and trying to hit a target off in the distance. If you're just a little bit off, you're never going to hit it. It's just those couple of things people are doing wrong that undermine their success and keep them from experiencing amazing results. But with just a little bit of fine-tuning, they start to see changes on the scale in no time. I want you to walk away from this training with a clear path to getting results, where you feel a sense of clarity, control, and peace of mind. What I'm about to reveal is a formula for health freedom, a sense of freedom that maybe you've never experienced before. When you're in control of your health, you know exactly what to do and what not to do every day. You have clarity and peace of mind. And you clearly understand the messages your body is giving you. You know exactly what foods to avoid to keep losing weight, and you know exactly how to maintain your ideal body weight once you get there. You can finally be free of worry, stress, and confusion around food. Can you relate to any of these things? If so, you are in the right place. Are you tired of working hard and not seeing results? Are you constantly confused about what to eat and when and how much? Do you suffer with digestive upset after you eat healthy foods? Are you tired of feeling hungry all the time, trying to eat less and exercise more? Are you confused about which direction to go in when it comes to your health, and you feel like you've tried everything? Did your doctor say you need to get your blood sugar under control or else? If you can relate to any of those things, there's one thing you need to know. It's not your fault, because the very things we've all been taught are healthy, even medical professionals like myself, destroy your metabolism, which is how your body produces energy. So when your metabolism starts to break down, one of the first signs is weight gain and fatigue. But it doesn't stop there, because the same foods that destroy the metabolism also aggravate and inflame the digestive tract, which leads to systemic inflammation and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. If the inflammation is left unattended, it can lead to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, anxiety, depression, cancer, autoimmunity, and the list goes on and on. The good news is I've figured out a simpler way to solve this problem, and your body knows exactly how to do it once you give it the tools it needs. You can switch on your body's fat-burning intelligence, and I can help you do just that. The real problem is that the old way of losing weight is a dying model. It never did work, and it never will work. The truth is, you actually don't have to work out more and eat less to lose weight. You can train your body to burn fat so you can lose weight even while you sleep. Imagine how good it feels to slip into your favorite jeans and love how you feel inside your body and love what you see in the mirror. With this, imagine how good it feels to know exactly what to eat to prevent diabetes so you can relax and enjoy the rest of your life. With this framework, you'll have absolute certainty and peace of mind that you'll have a clear path that works, and it's worked for other people just like you all over the world. Hi, I'm Mary Beauchamp, and although I'm most well known for helping people who are struggling to lose weight, prevent diabetes, and heal their leaky gut so they can get their joy back in their life, I'm also a mother of 4 children, a grandmother, a registered nurse, a ketogenic diet specialist, a naturopathic doctor assistant, and a certified GAPS practitioner, which stands for Gut and Psychology Syndrome. But things weren't always this way. Let me show you what I mean. I've been living and practicing this lifestyle that I teach my clients for over 30 years. I've been through every struggle my clients go through, and I've figured out a way to solve their problems before they have to struggle. This is me when I was 3. I grew up on a farm, and I knew from the time that I was 3 years old that nutrition mattered. I remember vividly helping my mom prepare the special feed for the pregnant mares. I knew there was a connection between well-being and nutrition from a very young age. I never forgot how important nutrition is when it comes to healing and preventing disease. I spent my life caring for animals and riding horses. I got my first horse when I was 4 years old. This is him. His name was Escort. This is me when I was 10 years old. And this is me when I was in high school. Shortly after this picture was taken, I was on my way to nursing school to learn as much as I could about how the human body works. Luckily, my passion for nutrition led me to one of the most cutting-edge practices in the country right out of college in 1994. I started working with Dr. Stephen Phinney at his clinic, treating obesity and type 2 diabetes using a revolutionary dietary protocol that was virtually unheard of at the time. He was the professor of clinical nutrition at UC Davis Medical School. He's since authored The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living, Low Carbohydrate Performance, and The New Atkins for a New You. Phinney is perhaps the world's most well-known researcher of carbohydrate-restricted diets and nutritional ketosis, and he has authored more than 70 peer-reviewed papers. Dr. Phinney's an internationally recognized expert on obesity, carbohydrate-restricted diets, performance, and essential fatty acid metabolism, and he's given hundreds of presentations on this topic. I eventually left that clinic and went on to teach childbirth preparation and prenatal nutrition based on the work of Dr. Bradley, who focused specifically on nutrition during pregnancy to prevent complications such as premature labor, gestational diabetes, and toxemia. He discovered these diseases were almost unheard of in non-Westernized cultures, and he was determined to understand why. His ideals and books are still being taught all across the world, and he is the pioneer in getting husbands into the delivery room to support their wives during childbirth. While raising my 4 children, I followed the work of Dr. Weston Price. Dr. Price was the founding father of the worldwide organization known as the Weston Price Foundation. I became a local chapter leader and relied heavily on Sally Fallon's work to keep my own kids healthy and off antibiotics. In the early 1930s, this Cleveland dentist, Dr. Price, began a series of unique investigations. For over 10 years, Dr. Price traveled to isolated parts of the globe to study the health of populations untouched by Western civilization. He was determined to discover the factors responsible for good dental health. What he learned was that dental caries and deformed dental arches resulting in crowded teeth and crooked teeth were actually the result of nutritional deficiencies, not inherited genetic defects. Wherever he went, Dr. Price found that beautiful, straight teeth, freedom of tooth decay, good physiques, and natural resistance to disease were typical of native groups of traditional diets rich in essential nutrients. I discovered that all of these doctors I just mentioned had some very specific things in common when it came to nutritional recommendations. I found their works so compelling that I raised my kids with these principles in mind and saw the incredible results. My kids rarely ever got sick and never once took an antibiotic. But what fascinated me the most was the pattern I began to notice in my kids' health. I began to predict exactly when they would get sick, and I was determined to know more about that. I knew it had to do with sugar, and I started reading everything I could about sugar and the immune system. I was shocked to learn that not only the doctors I mentioned previously, but all of these doctors and health experts were talking about the same things. I discovered a tsunami of research on how to heal the metabolism and reverse obesity, diabetes, and even cancer. The amount of data, research, studies, and books was mind-boggling. These books are only a fraction of what you'll find if you start searching. I read everything I could get my hands on. How was this not being taught in medical schools? Why was nobody talking about this? I knew that if people could just understand this, they would know how to lose weight and prevent nearly every single chronic disease we see today, especially diabetes, obesity, and leaky gut. I set out to start educating people. Back then, I was the crazy one talking about all these new and emerging scientific breakthroughs, but not anymore. The ketogenic diet is practically mainstream now, and today there's thousands of studies to support it, which is so exciting. I want to share with you the 3 mistakes that keep most people from ever losing a pound. Number 1, you don't have to work harder. Exercise is a weight loss tool. It is not a weight loss requirement. There is a way to make weight loss effortless. You don't have to suffer at the gym anymore. It's time to make this easy on yourself and to do what feels good in your body. Torturing yourself doing things you hate is not the way to go. This only creates more stress in your body, which interrupts weight loss and mental well-being. If you're overweight, it's kind of like this gasoline truck that runs out of gas on the side of the road. It has thousands of gallons of fuel on board, but it can't access it. The fuel in the big tank in the back is not available to the tank in the front. If you're overweight, you're carrying around stored energy, but you can't utilize it for fuel. But with a few simple dietary changes, you can change all of that and gain access to your body fat stores. And this is exciting. Number 2, you don't have to starve yourself. Eating less just makes the problem worse because when you reduce calories, your body eventually adapts and your metabolism slows down to match the energy coming in, making weight loss almost impossible. Plus, eating less makes you feel hungry all the time, and nobody wants to feel hungry all the time because it's miserable and it doesn't feel good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not sustainable. This is why people on The Biggest Loser TV show gain their weight back. A calorie-restricted diet simply can't be sustained, and it's not healthy because it destroys your metabolism, resulting in fatigue and a whole host of other things. I want to teach you how to bypass this common problem so you lose weight without ever feeling hungry. Number 3, you don't have to eat lettuce all day. In fact, if you have a leaky gut, all the healthiest organic fruits and vegetables can destroy your health even further. Because if you can't digest your food properly, it doesn't matter how much healthy food you eat. It turns into a river of toxins that escapes into your bloodstream through your leaky gut and causes a toxic overload that sends your immune system into overdrive. Eventually, your immune system turns against itself in a last-ditch effort to get rid of the toxins that have seeped out through your leaky gut. And this is the very cause of autoimmune disorders. There's a direct connection between the gut and brain. So with a leaky gut, you can experience all sorts of symptoms that might surprise you, from digestive upset, gas, bloating, heartburn, fatigue, brain fog, even anxiety and depression. I want you to meet Rosa. She says, "I've spent my whole life, since I can remember, being unhappy about my weight. I was always the fat kid, uncomfortable in shorts and dresses because my thighs rubbed together and gave me a rash. My self-esteem was a fragile thing. For years, I went to the gym 6 or 7 days a week to console myself with the thought that I was fat, but I was fit. Since discovering this course, I've been able to finally keep my weight exactly where I want it to be. My depression is almost gone, and I can show up in my life with positive energy and confidence. You're here because you're struggling to lose weight. You're afraid of the dreaded diabetes diagnosis, and you likely suffer from fatigue, digestive upset, and anxiety. This is 95% of all of the clients that I work with. Why? Because all of these symptoms have the same root cause. But there's more to health than meets the eye. And we have to consider not just your dietary stressors, but your emotional stressors and environmental stressors that you may be exposed to as well. Otherwise, you're only looking at part of the problem. All of these factors add up to eventually trigger unwanted gene expression and symptoms of disease. But just because you have a genetic variation doesn't mean that it will be expressed. It has to be triggered by an outside influence. If both your grandparents lived to be 100, you may have inherited strong genes from them, which you cannot change, but you also have a lot more stressors present that influence the expression of your symptoms today. And those things possibly can be changed, and we want to look at all of them. Dr. Robert Miller, certified traditional naturopath, founder and president of Nutrigenic Research Institute, says, "Genetics loads the gun, but environment pulls the trigger." Dr. Bruce Lipton, author of Biology of Belief, said, "The fate of our cells is controlled by the chemistry of our blood, and the chemistry of our blood is adjusted by the way we perceive life." The good news is you can influence your body's ability to heal itself by changing the internal environment of your cells through making different diet and lifestyle choices. You can affect change in your genetic expression by changing your perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors. By giving your body the tools it needs to repair and heal itself, you can do this by changing your relationships to the stressors. This is why, with the intelligent weight loss system, we begin with resetting your mind. Your mind and body communicate, and you can learn to leverage the power of your mind to support the changes you want to see in your health. If you learn to relate to your mind differently, you can gain access to the most powerful tool for change. Otherwise, you are acting on autopilot, and this is the very reason why most people fail at change. Once you know what's driving your behaviors, you can create new habits from a place of conscious choice. You become the master of your mind, and therefore, you become the master of your actions. The second part of this process is the repair process. This is when we heal and seal the inside lining of the digestive tract using the world-renowned gut healing protocol designed by neurologist Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, so you can stop leaky gut, which is the epicenter of systemic inflammation. 90% of serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone, is produced by the healthy bacteria in your gut. If your gut flora is out of balance, this leads to gut and psychology syndrome. Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, author of GAPS, Gut and Psychology Syndrome, Natural Treatment for Dyspraxia, Autism, ADD, Dyslexia, ADHD, Depression, and Schizophrenia, has helped thousands of children recover from neurological disorders like these by healing their gut. After your digestive tract is repaired, you can start properly absorbing the nutrients from your food and stop the river of toxins coming into your body with every meal. This is an essential step in the process of regaining your health and happiness, because even as Hippocrates said, all good health begins in the gut. I've learned it's essential that we honor the connection between the gut and brain to restore our vitality. Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, in her book Gut and Psychology Syndrome, says, contrary to popular beliefs, fat is the preferred source of energy in the human body. Remember, the brain and the rest of the nervous system, as well as our immunity, are largely made of fats. That's why every health problem can be linked to abnormalities in fat consumption, lots of unnatural fats, and deficiencies in natural fats. But Dr. Natasha is certainly not alone in her revolutionary forward thinking. Neurologist Dr. Perlmutter, in his recent book Grain Brain, speaks about nutritional ketosis as a way to reverse neurodegenerative diseases and heal the gut and brain. He says, contrary to what you might think, the inflammatory process that's involved in the degeneration of your arthritic knee or your coronary arteries is the very same one that leads to the deterioration of the human brain. Amy Berger, author of The Alzheimer's Antidote, using a low-carb, high-fat diet to fight Alzheimer's disease, memory loss, and cognitive decline, says, the foods we consume actually interact with our DNA, changing the expression of our genes moment by moment for better or worse. Amy discovered vast amounts of existing medical research pointing to the connection between high blood sugar levels and degenerative brain disorders like Alzheimer's. This is why doctors are now calling Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes. There is a direct correlation proven in recent scientific literature between elevated blood sugar and brain degeneration. According to Dr. Stephen Phinney, in his groundbreaking research in weight loss, he says that in order to lose 10 pounds of body fat with exercise, you would have to run, not walk, but run 350 miles or cycle 1,000 miles. A much better trade for your time and energy would be to shift your metabolism so your body begins to burn its own stored fat for fuel. This is the basic underpinning of the intelligent weight loss system. You can retrain your body to burn fat so you can lose weight even while you're sleeping. This is the third step in the intelligent weight loss system. Retraining your metabolism to burn fat for fuel instead of glucose. Surprisingly, this is something that your body knows exactly how to do once it's given the right tools. This is when you switch from burning carbohydrates to body fat for energy. And I will walk you through this process every step of the way to make sure you do it the right way. This metabolic shift is called nutritional ketosis, and it's when you start burning fat as your primary fuel source, even when you sleep. If you're suffering from weight gain, prediabetes, fatigue, and tummy upset, you're at risk for all sorts of deadly diseases like heart disease, stroke, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and cancer, just to list a few. Underneath those obvious outer uncomfortable symptoms, there is something much bigger at play. It's like an iceberg that's even bigger down below. On a deeper level, you're suffering from hormone imbalances, insulin resistance, systemic inflammation stemming from the gut, brain degeneration or cognitive decline, and low-level anxiety. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know that it's not your fault. I am here to help you resolve these underlying issues because all of them add up to something called metabolic syndrome, and it is completely reversible. I see it every day in my practice, and I am prepared to help walk you through the process of reversing these underlying causes of metabolic syndrome. The fourth and final step in the intelligent weight loss system is when you fully reclaim your health. You've reached your ideal body weight and have achieved health freedom. You are now the master of your own health and happiness. This is my goal for every one of my clients, and I know it is possible for you. I want you to meet Tanya and hear what she has to say after working with me. After a lifelong struggle with my weight and a hate-hate disordered relationship with my body and food, I was exhausted from failure and fully committed to making a change, and I was ready. Every diet I'd ever tried led to lots of tears in dressing rooms and on scales. I lied to myself and tried to change my motivation to make it be about being healthy. But honestly, I just wanted to stop hating my body. When I signed up for Mary's program, a change happened in my mental health. My depression lifted and the pounds started dropping. This is Tanya's before and after picture. Stories like Tanya's bring tears to my eyes. I feel the struggle of each one of my clients, and when they experience this level of transformational results, it is truly life-changing for them and extremely rewarding for me. My number one goal is to help more people who are ready to do something to make a difference in their health. But the ketogenic diet is not just limited to its effectiveness in the area of weight loss and reversing diabetes. I want nothing more than for you to experience this type of freedom that Rosa and Tanya described. I want you to have an opportunity to do exactly what you want in your life and not be limited because you don't feel good. Because I believe you deserve it. You deserve to be free, to travel, to wear your favorite outfits that you feel good in, to feel confident and sexy, to attract a partner you love to be with, to live long enough to watch your grandchildren grow up. I believe that health freedom is absolutely possible, and I want you to know that I'm here to help you achieve that. Don't worry. Like I said before, this is not your fault. We've all been taught to eat the wrong things. This graphic represents the classic old food pyramid that's still being taught is a healthy diet. This represents the SAD diet, the standard American diet. If you look at the bottom of the pyramid, you can see it mostly consists of carbohydrates. This couldn't be further from science-based nutrition. Basically, more healthy fats and far less carbohydrates. Dr. Mercola, author of Fat for Fuel, a revolutionary diet to combat cancer, boost brain power, and increase your energy, says, mounting evidence suggests nutritional ketosis is the answer to a long list of health problems, starting with obesity. Beyond insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, there are a number of applications for nutritional ketosis, including as a treatment for seizures, especially in kids who are unresponsive to drugs, and in neurological conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Cancer is another area where ketogenic diets show great promise. What he states here confirms what I know to be true as well about the far-reaching benefits of the ketogenic diet. Even endurance athletes are turning away from conventional high-carb strategies and adopting this way of eating because it improves physical stamina and endurance. The old carb-loading paradigm is also a dying model. Mark Hyman, MD, New York Times bestselling author of Eat Fat, Get Thin, and director of the Cleveland Clinic's Center for Functional Medicine, writes a praise for Dr. Mercola's book, Fat for Fuel, stating that science has already shown that eating fat can make you thin. In this path-breaking book, Dr. Joseph Mercola goes a critical step further, revealing that using fat as your main fuel source can heal your body at a mitochondrial level, restoring energy and well-being, and even helping fight cancer and other diseases. The ketogenic diet is a safe, medically proven, highly researched dietary strategy for losing weight, reversing diabetes, heart disease, and many other diseases. Figuring this all out on my own after reading all of these books and more took me over 20 years to master. You may not have that much time, but you're here because you want to lose weight and you're tired of trying to figure it all out on your own, right? Don't you want results quickly so you don't have to go on those diabetes medications and go down the path of chronic disease? Aren't you done waking up tired, lacking motivation, suffering with brain fog and digestive upset? Aren't you tired of feeling confused about what to eat every day? I know how frustrating this is. And you now know about the intelligent weight loss system. I've shown you how you can burn fat while you sleep by switching your metabolism into fat burning mode and healing your gut in the process. And we've seen that the old way of doing things and going at it all alone simply isn't cutting it. If you don't do anything different, none of this is going to change. You're going to wake up tomorrow, look in the mirror, and see the same thing you do now. You can do this. We can do this together. Your brighter future is within your grasp. Just imagine how great it will feel when you finally no longer have to struggle with this. You no longer have to feel confused about what to buy, and you can save time and money in the kitchen. You can stop wasting money on buying the wrong foods that are making you sick and gain more weight. The best news of all is that you don't have to be a chef to make this work for you. I've taught hundreds of people just like you how to simplify their life in the kitchen and make this work for them. I've even taught college students how to do this from their dorm rooms and single men over 50 who've never cooked before in their life. I want to help you make your life in the kitchen fun, simple, and easy. Because if it isn't, I know it's not going to be sustainable. Just for a moment, I want you to imagine how good it feels when your doctor tells you your prediabetes is gone. Your A1C levels are down, and you've reached your ideal body weight. Imagine how good it feels when you get a great night's sleep. You wake up feeling refreshed and ready to enjoy your day. Feel how good it feels to know that you're in control of your health. So if you want to learn exactly how to burn fat while you sleep, if you want to prevent diabetes, if you want to heal leaky gut, don't reinvent the wheel. Your health is far too important to waste any more time. Get the support you need from an expert in the field, world-class coaching, and over 25 years experience. Now you have a choice. If you want to do this without overhauling your life, then this is for you. All you need to do is ask for help from someone with a winning strategy and a proven system. But before we go any further, you need to know that I can't help everyone. This is not for you if you're already taking insulin, you have more than 50 pounds of weight to lose, you like to figure things out all by yourself, you're vegan or vegetarian, or you're not ready to take full responsibility for your health yet. And this is not for you if you've ever been diagnosed with an eating disorder, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. This is for you if you're ready to make lifestyle changes, you're willing to change what you eat, you're able to invest in your health, and you're looking for someone to help you get results. So if you want to lose weight, prevent diabetes, heal your leaky gut, then this is for you. You want to burn fat while you sleep, and you know you're simply not getting the results that you want on your own. So take advantage of this opportunity now, and let's do this together.